You should react/explain Chester Bennington. He's only like the greatest singer of our time. And since he passed away, it would be awesome to see someone break down what made him legendary. His vocals, style/technique.
Can you do Chester Bennington? Next, Chester Bennington. OMG, Chester. Remember Chester? Can you talk about Chester?
Why do so many people obsess over Chester Bennington's vocals even after he's passed away, even 20 years after he got his start? Well, that's because he could do a variety of tremendous things with his vocal ability, and let's break down the different styles of vocals and the different things that he could do. The first type of sound I want to point out is his clean singing. He had very light, almost ethereal clean singing at certain times. This is partially due to his incredibly high vocal range.
There's something inside me that pulls beneath the surface, consuming, confusing.
He had an unusually high voice for a male vocalist in the high tenor, if not countertenor, which is the highest male voice type, vocal range. The next thing that Chester executed really well was the raspy singing, or what I call voice with distortion, singing with the grit. There's a lot of synonyms for that, and that's why I generally try to just call it voice with distortion.
I can't face the way I did before. Don't turn your back on me. I won't be ignored.
But then the third style that Chester is known for is something that pushes the band really far into the heavy genres, and these are the full-on fry screams.
My fucking mess around.
These are advanced level vocal techniques, and so to do even one with excellent proficiency is tremendous, let alone all three of them. Why do people like this so much, this combination of variety? It's the same reason why folks overseas love the symphonic metal, or love a band like Dimmu Borgir or Flesh God Apocalypse. People love this beauty and this beast thing, whether it's a clean voice or orchestral instruments juxtaposed against distorted guitars or other distorted vocals. When we put extreme vocals and that kind of color next to very delicate clean singing, it actually makes the extreme vocals seem more extreme and the delicate vocals seem more delicate. And it can also lead the audience to feel like they're hearing a wider variety of emotional expression. Chester is often sometimes the only fry screamer or the only vocalist like that my more pop or clean listening vocal clients have ever heard. Sometimes they never have heard any other fry screamer at all. And this is why him being able to cross genres and the band's ability to reach over into other markets introduced a lot of people into extreme vocalists. When they picked up the Linkin Park CDs, they were then exposed to the heavy vocals and the fry screaming. If we go back and we look at examples like his 18-second scream in Given Up, which he did live almost all of the time in the same length that he did in the studio.
Put me out of mind. Put me out of mind. I've given up.
This is something that's very difficult to replicate, even among fry screamers. So what can you do if you want to be someone like Chester Bennington? Well, the first thing I have to tell everybody is that if you're a regular male vocalist, and even if you're a tenor, if you're not a really high-voiced person like a countertenor, which would be rare for male vocalists, I would start working on Chester Bennington material by lowering the key and looking for transposed versions of the songs or creating lower key versions of the songs and not trying to to reach up to these very unrealistic high notes. We can't all be born with extremely high voices. It's very unusual, and that's often why men with very high voices can become very famous. It's not generally the case for most men, so I would advise most vocalists to start looking at lower versions of these songs before they ever dive in the first place. If you're a female vocalist, or you're lucky enough to be a very high tenor or countertenor, well then you could probably try working comfortably in the original key. So the second thing is, once you've worked out the vocal range of it all, then you need to learn each technique that he uses totally separately. So it might be worth starting with something that's all clean singing, like My December. And then we want to learn the voice with distortion. Maybe not actually get our feet wet on Linkin Park songs. They are very difficult. That's probably not the best place to start learning your voice with grit. I'd learn it on less difficult material and then come back and try to do some of the raspy singing that he does. And then the third thing you would have to do is learn the elusive and ever challenging fry screaming. And fry screaming has taken my vocal clients months to a year, sometimes years, plural, to actually learn and master. And certainly to get the fry scream up to Chester Bennington's level of proficiency might take a lot of practice. So if you jump in and bite off more than you can chew, you will definitely fail and you will feel very frustrated and possibly discouraged. But we have to realize these are advanced vocal techniques, and even for an advanced vocalist, they would take a great deal of practice and preparation. And so it's not something that you can just dive in and do, or that a few little magic tricks are gonna help you do or unlock. You guys know that here on the VoiceHacks channel, I have broken it all down for you. In the Screamer series playlist, I've got fry screaming tutorials. I've got things to get you going on the raspy voice and to start you off. And if that's not good enough, I've seen several of you for lessons on Zoom and Skype. I've taught people in over 40 countries. So email me at voicehacks@gmail.com if you're really clueless at where to start on getting some hard rock, some incredible vocals like Chester Bennington. We can get you started and get you walking along the right path, and at least show you, what exercises you should be doing to get that way. Thank you everybody for commenting and for helping us remember a legend, an absolute legend, and his amazing vocal techniques. I hope that you guys will continue carrying these styles into the future. Tell me who you want me to break down next, and I will be happy to do that for you. I'm always looking at your comments and questions and trying to build my material based off of what you want to see. Thanks everybody. I'm vocal coach Mary Z, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye.